What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Chanel K back with another video exposing the Marine Kingdom. Spirit spouses, Marine Kingdom. I'm pretty sure you all heard the terms on my channel. I have spoken about these things before, but I'm going to continue to expose the Marine Kingdom. If you find yourself having sex in your dream, that means you have a spirit spouse. Your dreams are basically you inside of the spiritual realm. So when you are asleep in your bed, your body is asleep, but your spirit man, which is your inner soul, is roaming in the spiritual realm. And that's where your dreams come into reality. Most people dream about things before it happened. And it's basically either God or the enemy communicating with you through your dreams. Spirit spouses. Now, what is a spirit spouse? A lot of people don't know about spirit spouses, but a lot of people are delayed in life. A lot of people are hindered from achieving goals and prospering in life, and it's because of a spirit spouse. You have kids in the spiritual realm. If you find yourself not able to achieve a successful relationship, like a marriage relationship, like a long-time relationship with a man or with a woman, then that could mean that you have a spirit spouse. Spirit spouses come to delay you. They come to hinder your life. Like if you see yourself having sex in the dreams, that automatic, that's a spirit spouse having, relations with you. In the spirit world, these relations that these spirits are having with you is not the relation that you would have in a physical world. In the spirit realm, that means that this spirit is making a covenant with you. And I'm going to break everything down to you guys. I just want to get the foundation out. Like I said, I've been super late on these videos. I'm supposed to been exposing the Marine Kingdom, but with my fight that I've been having, I've been tussling with the devil, and at the end of the day, his kingdom is going to get exposed. So I want just women to know why they're having certain issues in life, why certain things are not happening for them, and it's because at night when you sleep, it's a spirit coming into your home and having sex with you, and that's not good. Those are not good dreams. A lot of women don't know that having dreams about having sex in their dreams is not good, but I'm here to tell you that those dreams are not good at all. The spirits can masquerade as someone who you may know, and that's why you don't know, because you don't see yourself having a dream with a real demon, but it is a real demon masquerading as someone you may know. This person can be your husband, this person could be your boyfriend, this person could be your ex, this person can be your crush, it could be a celebrity, it could be anybody that these enemies know, that you may have a crush on. I tell people all the time that the devil know you better than you know yourself. The devil sit back and watches us, 24/7, 7 days a week. We are the devil's personal job. Like we are his job. Like he accuse us, and he here to stop us and hinder us from what God really wants for our lives. So it's time to just go ahead and just, get to the root of our problem. Like I said, I had a spirit spouse. The spirit spouses go by incubus and succubus. I'm pretty sure you guys heard of that, of those names before. If not, do your research. Do some research, because they are real, and you may have one. If you have one, I want to help you out by getting rid of these things so your life can elevate, so you can start moving in a ordained destiny that God has, preordained for you. A lot of people get mad at God, the person that's doing everything you're supposed to do, but you're still not prospering. It's because the spirit spouse is making covenants with you. And if you don't know that God is a covenant keeping God, so when you make a covenant with God, then because God is a spirit too. God is a spirit, the devil is a spirit. So how the devil can come into your life and plant bad seeds or destroy your life is through a covenant. You have to have an agreement. He have to have a legal right to come into your life and to destroy, or hinder you from prosperity. So it's time for the believers to stop being scared of spirits, first of all. Demons and devils. Because Luke 10:19, God said, I have given you power to tread upon serpents and scorpions and all over the power of the enemy, and by no means nothing will hurt us. And if you look at that passage, it says he given us power over all the power of every spirit, every unclean spirit, every enemy that's in our life. He have given us that power. But you may not know your power, because living in this world, they show us that women, the power of the P, or the power of our privacy and heaven. See, the issue is not humans. The issue is the spirit. It's the spirit that operates through these humans. We're going to get to that too, though. God gave us an assignment to cast out demons and devils and to heal the sick. Also to preach the gospel to the poor. So again, we have power over the enemy to do exactly what we need him to do, is to back up off our life. God wouldn't put us in his world as his children and let the devil run all over us. No, he gave us rules, laws, and principles to live by. And those rules, laws, and principles will be in the Bible. And that's why a lot of the world don't want us to know about the Bible, because they know if we get to hold to that Bible, those rules, laws, and principles, our life will radiate. It's not what the devil wants us to do. The devil don't want us to live in our destiny. The devil do not want us to receive the things that God has for us. Okay? So if life feels stagnated, as if you cannot move forward, and you keep going around the same circle in life, that means you have a spirit spouse. If you have been delayed and it feels as if you can't keep a consistent job, or you can't finish what you started, as like an opportunity for a job, school, relationships, like I stated earlier, or you just cannot prosper, that means you have a spirit spouse. If you see yourself in the dreams having children, if you see yourself getting married, if you see yourself doing anything as like a relationship. Like if you have a relationship inside your dreams, trust and believe me. I don't care if you're married. I don't care if you have a boyfriend. That's not your boyfriend. That's not your husband. That's not your wife. That's not your girlfriend. These are devils and demons masquerading as the people who you love, because the devils and demons know your life. They know who you love. They know exactly. They know everything about you. So that's the advantage that the devil have. The devil can see us, but we can't see the devil because the devil is invisible. So we can't see him. But that's why God gave us his word, because he said his word is our sword in the spiritual realm. We're going to get to that as well. If you see yourself pregnant, breastfeeding, or having children in the dreams, inside of dreams, that's a spirit spouse. If you see a man as your boyfriend, your girlfriend inside of a dream, that's a spirit spouse. If you have a stench, if you just see some people, and it's crazy because I am a dreamer, and I have dreams about plenty of things, but it's crazy how I can smell, like real smell, like this, like when I'm asleep, I can smell, say for instance, I can smell a stench on a person, and I'm like, how do I smell? The stench smell like fish. It smells like a fish. And I'm like, how do I smell? But when I wake up out of my sleep, I don't smell it. Like, so I'm like, how do I smell? Listen, if you have a stench, that means you might have a spirit spouse. It's not, plenty of things can lead up to a woman having a stench, meaning uncleanliness, or not properly cleaning herself and stuff like that. But still, like if you have a stench, that means you have a stench that just won't go away. Like that means that's a spirit spouse around you. Spirit spouses come through generational curses. Spirit spouses come through having sex outside of marriage, or witches and warlocks, the ones who do witchcraft and stuff like that. They can conjure up a spirit spouse and they can send it to you as well. So those are the ways how you can get a spirit spouse, and they come to make a covenant with you. If you find yourself having some kind of relationship with different people, you just keep running into the same person with different faces, that means that that's the same spirit that's following you, and that's a spirit spouse. He don't want you to find a good man or a good woman who you can get married. First of all, the devil hate marriages, especially godly marriages. He hate those, and he would hinder you. As long as he has that legal right in your life to hinder you, he's going to hinder you. You can cry. You have to break the covenant, though, because you can cry out to God, you can fast, you can do whatever, but God, he can't do nothing. God can do something. Let me not get that. God will not do nothing outside of a covenant you have with another entity. So basically, you have to have a covenant with God in order for God to move inside of your life. You have to break that covenant with the devil. And that's just like, for instance, say like the celebrities. We all know that celebrities sell their soul and stuff like that. That means they have a covenant with the devil. They have an agreement. They have a bond with the devil. In order for those negative things, because they only show us the positive things, which is the money, the fame, the luxury. That's what they show us. But trust and believe me, these celebrities go through a lot of warfare, and they will not be able to get help with that warfare unless they break that covenant with the devil. They have to come out of everything. That means give up all that money, that luxury, and that fame, and come to the side where God would give us exceedingly and abundantly above all that we can ask or we can think. But we have to live by the rules. So going back to the people like celebrities and people who worship the devils for fortune and fame and stuff like that. So they would have to break that covenant with the devil in order to get out of that warfare. But a lot of people would want to live in warfare because they feel like, oh, I got this Bentley, or I got this Benz, or I got, these millions of dollars. The warfare doesn't matter. But trust and believe me, this life right here that we live is temporary. This is a physical life that we live. Physically, you can smell, hear, touch, see. Those 5 senses that you can do are temporary. But once we leave once we leave out of this body, which is our costume for the physical realm, we have a spirit man. We have a soul that will go into eternal life. And after we leave this body, then we have to go either to heaven or hell, and that's where our real life lies. We don't just live in this world forever. We don't reincarnate. We don't do none of that. None of that is real. I want to make sure that I write down, and I want to break down everything as clearly as I can so I can help people get delivered from spirit spouses. How can you break the covenant with spirit spouses? I want to go ahead and say this now in this video so people can try to attempt to do it, because it's not easy what I'm about to say. It sounds easy, but you really have to get into it. You really have to want to do it. First of all, you have to want to do it. You want to get outside of bondage. And listen, if your life is stagnated, if you cannot move forward in life, it's time for you to want to do something different, because it's not fun seeing the world having a big old party without you. It seems like you're the only one that just can't get by. You're the only one that's just stuck. Like you can't get a job, you can't get a boyfriend, you can't get a girlfriend. No one loves you. Everybody just want to have sex with you. Stuff like that. So it's time to come out of that bondage with the devil, because that's the devil. That's the devil. That's not God holding you like that. God want to help you, but you have to. And people like this, people aren't really having experience, or they don't come out of bondage with the devil. So why God can't just come? If God is so almighty, if He is the big God, can't He come and help me? Well, I'm gonna tell you why God is not. He's waiting for you. But you have to break that covenant. He want to help you, and He's going to help you. And that's why He sent a girl like me. I went through it. Trust and believe me. A lot of people say the marine kingdom is the worst kingdom to fight against. Something like that. Like, that's the worst kingdom ever. I don't know. But at the end of the day, like I said, Luke 10:19, God said He gave you power to tread up on serpents, scorpions, and all over the power of the enemy. Meaning He gave you power. So I'm going to get into how to break those covenants. And how to break those covenants is by fasting. You have to fast. 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 Before you fast, you have to make sure that you clear your heart and your mind. What do I mean by that? You have to make sure that you really go on a cleansing. Like, You got to make sure you forgiving everybody, that you don't have no hatred in your heart. We go through a lot of stuff. People have been raped. People have been molested. People have been, parents left them in a dumpster, all type of stuff. You know what I mean? But you really have to get to a place, and you can seek God, because once God really see you trying, once he see you trying and you really need help, he gonna help you. It don't matter about that covenant or none of that, because once he see that you know about these things and now you seeking him, he said draw nigh to him and he would draw nigh to you. Once you start seeking God and you start repenting, I'm talking about tell God, ask for forgiveness first. Ask God to forgive you for your sins. Ask him to help you out of sin, whatever sin you are living in right now. Ask God to help you out of that sin or those sins, and he will help you. He will give you that power to overcome anything, any obstacles that's in your way. Then you have to cleanse your heart. You have to make sure that you're not hating on no one. You have to make sure that you're forgiving people, that you are that you're forgiving people, that you really don't have no malicious ways. You're not evil, you know what I mean? You're not being spiteful. You can't do that and expect God. You can't be evil and expect God to treat you good. You have to really cleanse your heart. Ask God, tell God why you feel those type of ways towards people. Be real with God. You have to really, like I said, God is a spirit first of all, but you have to see, a lot of people worship God as if he a robot. They hear about God and God and God, but they don't really know that God is a being. He don't have a body, the supernatural being. So that means that God has all power, the creator, first of all. So he can cleanse anything. It's nothing too hard for God. It's nothing too big for God. So the problems that you think you're facing right now, you have to try to, you got to believe. If you're not a believer, that's just your first issue. I pray that you become a believer of Jesus Christ. Once you become a believer of Jesus Christ, stop talking to him, get in your prayer closet, close that door, get somewhere, go in the bed. If you got to go inside of a bathroom, I'm talking about if you don't even have nowhere to go, you got a job, or if you got to go inside of a restaurant, ask if you use their bathroom, go in that bathroom, get on your knees and cry out to God. For real, I'm serious. You have to get this relationship with God first, because that's the only way it's gonna work. And then once you do that, you have to repent. Tell God, please help you with the problems that you're going through. With that hatred you got in your heart. Those things, because that's the demons. That's the devil want to keep, making you relive your past and stuff like that, so you can carry on this hatred that you have for others. But God will help you to release that. He will help you to release that. He really will, because he did it for me. Trust and believe me, I was really bitter about life. I was bitter about people. I thought people hated me. I thought no one loved me. But once God showed me what love was, I just want you to know that God really loves you, and he wants you to get free. If you came across this video, trust and believe me, he wants you to get free. One thing about it, he showed me that a lot of people had spirit spouses, but they don't know. A lot of people, because the world that we live in right now sexualize everything. If you don't see that by now, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and smell the coffee, because right now this world is leading us away from God, and right now we need God. We need the real God. 40-day fast. When you inside of bondages like that, and you have to break those bondages, you can't do no 5 to 10 day small day fast. I'm talking about you gotta juice. You got to be serious with it, but it's going to take some time. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. I'm talking about you got to get around somebody with some power. Listen, you got to, and I can introduce y'all to my pastor, but listen, you got to get around somebody with some power that can help you pray. That strength for you to strength, because when you never fast a day in your life of knowledge, these devils in your life is going to fight you like it ain't nobody business. How do the devil fight us day to day? As soon as you start fasting, girl, you're going to want food that you ain't never ever thought that you ever wanted. In our minds. He fight us in our minds. And then once he got the minds, or once he captured the mind, then he can move the body. Then the body start moving. It's not all of a sudden you want McDonald's and you don't even eat McDonald's. But as soon as you go on a fast, you're going to want McDonald's. So before you even fast, before you to do is to first seek God, repent. Ask God to help you to cleanse your heart. Forgive. You got to forgive others. You have to forgive your past. You have to forgive those people that hurt you. Get out of that sin. Ask God to help you to get out of sin. Smoking, drinking, fornicating, having sex outside of marriage. What you're doing that you're not supposed to be doing, you need to kind of stop that right now. In order to, if you want to see some success in your life, you have to stop that right now. You have to get that. You got to get that out your way. But the only way you're going to do it is by asking God to help you. It's not easy, especially if you've been doing this over 10 years, 14 years. I don't even care if you've been doing it for 1 year. That's not easy. That's something that's trained. Your mind is trained to do. So you have to untrain your mind, and you have to do something that you never done to get results that you never have gotten. So that's where you go to God, and you just get on your knees and you cry and you pray and ask God to help you. God, I'm ready to see a change in my life. God, I'm ready to be successful. God, I'm ready. I see everybody, even the people that don't even worship Jesus, they live in better lives than people that worship Jesus. It's because we are in bondage. That's the bondage that God is talking about when you hear him say, my people is in bondage. It's in bondage because you have covenants with the devils. And let's put this out there. Sometimes these covenants is not even something that we have done for ourselves. These covenants are from our previous generation. You know what I mean? These are generational curses that maybe God wants you to break. You know what I mean? Because I was, called to break a generational curse, and it hurt it so bad. It still do hurt, because it's like a lifetime thing. It's not, you break this bondage and then you can go back to living the same life. No, if you're not ready to come out of captivity, if you're not ready to come out of those sins, don't even worry about it. Don't even try it. But if you're ready to come out, then these videos will be for you. So, that's it for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and look back on this video. I want to make sure that I'm clearly explaining everything step by step. I'm gonna go ahead and put another video out. I'm gonna give you my testimony on what I went through. As you can see, I have another testimony about how to put witchcraft on me. The only reason how I knew that I had a spirit spouse is because I was fasting. Once you fast, once you get to the point where you can fast, God will start revealing to you all type of stuff in your dreams. Your dreams, when I tell you, your dreams is going to be like livid with stuff. Like your dream is gonna be vividly like crazy. It might like scare you at first because the things that you are in, you might find yourself running from people chasing you, people trying to capture you, people, I'm talking about animals chasing you, all type of stuff. But then you want to just make sure you keep fast and don't let that stuff scare you. All God is doing is showing you with your life the bondage that you in, which is your spiritual bondage. Because if you're spiritually captured, then that means you're physically captured. I want to give y'all scriptures related to this because I don't want people to think that I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I said, I've been through this and I have came out of this. But God is telling me that I need to go ahead and start making these videos so I can help people to come out, because it's time for his people to really come out of these covenants with the devil. You see people living life, you see people having kids, you see people having families, you see people doing this and doing that, and it's like you trying to do those things, but it's not happening for you. It's not by coincidence that these things are not happening for you. A lot of people think, oh, but they can't have kids, they can't do this, they can't do that. Yes, you can, but you just in bondage. You have to break that covenant in order for you to do those things, and we can see that in the Bible as well. So I hope this video was informational. Today is Monday, May 20th, 2025. I want to at least get this video out by Wednesday night by 9 p.m. See y'all in the next video. Bye.